Afternoon, everybody. Edward Leos, actually publisher of the Hotel Guide and head guy in charge for our Travel Talk podcast. I'm really excited about today's podcast. I actually have a really good friend of mine, a partner of the magazine, one of our marketing partners, and I'm really excited about having her on board today. We're going to talk a little bit about outdoor travel, outdoor things to do, summer things, and then how important is National Travel and Tourism Week as we are locked down in the middle of that right now. So, without further ado, I actually want to bring on my special guest, good friend, Michelle Dickerson from Visit Clarksville. Let me get her on screen here. She should be joining us shortly. There she is.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the show again. I'm so excited to have you back on our podcast.
You can't do anything without all these little pop-ups distracting us along the
Uh,
way. Yeah. Oh,
no,
it's
definitely.
great to be here. Always happy to talk about Clarksville. There's always new things going on, and it's an exciting time as people are thinking about summer travel plans. So it's a perfect time to talk about taking a getaway, taking a little vacation.
No, it's great. I mean, we're working on our summer edition here, as you know, with the Hotel Guide. You guys have been partners with us for a few years now, and we love talking about Clarksville. There's so much to do, not only in the fall, winter, but obviously the spring and summer. And so, as we're coming up towards our summertime, the first thing that comes to mind is like, what can we do outdoors? What is there to do to get around? I know I've been there personally, and I've got to experience a lot of this stuff, but for some of our guests, why don't you tell them what's kind of happening in Clarksville now? And then maybe let's talk a little bit about what are some of the outdoor things that people could be doing over the summer.
Sure. There's been lots of new development downtown over the last 3 years with the construction of a new arena that will be home to the State University's men and women's basketball games in the fall. So there's an ice rink that is a public ice rink that's a part of that. So you can skate year round, you can get your kids involved in leagues. And come to hockey tournaments and visit those, if you enjoy that throughout the year. So that opens officially in June. The ice rink is open now. So that project created a lot of new private and public development around it downtown. So you will see a little construction, but we just work around that and be patient. And there is still parking. So there are new hotels, there are lots of new shops, new galleries, new breweries. Even one right now should open next week. So there's lots
Oh,
going
wow.
on downtown, particularly.
Wow. And I love that downtown area. It's so, if you're a foodie, you're in heaven. I mean, it is just a place to be. And there's so many good things for people to kind of go eat. Tell me a little bit about the new brewery. I know that's always big in that area as well.
Mhm.
Anything special about it other than it's a new brewery?
Well, it's patriotic. They were in another location outside of downtown, and a
Okay.
property became available, so they closed that location and have been working feverishly to open downtown in a historic building. So it was in a strip mall before, so it'll be a very different feel and vibe for them. It's
Okay.
Tennessee Valley Brewing, so they they're veterans. Both the husband and wife
Oh,
that
wow.
own it are veterans, and so they're very veteran focused in their activities. They have lots of entertainment, lots of comedian nights, and each of the breweries here have a very distinct personality. And so they're big on comedy shows and things like that. So it's a lot of fun. So it'll be a great asset to downtown. It'll be lots of fun.
That's awesome. So we're talking a little bit about food. We're talking a little bit about drinking. Let's talk a little bit about what there is to do on the outside, the outdoor stuff. And then I know before we were on here, we're talking about some of the wellness aspects that Clarksville has to offer. I want to touch on that too. But, with summer coming up, what are some of the fun things that people can do on an outdoors basis?
Yeah. Well, it's a really great destination for soft adventure. It's not, mountainous mountain biking or mountainous rock climbing or mountainous hiking, but we have those rolling Middle Tennessee hills, rolling hills. It's very green. And so about this time of year, the green can be overwhelming if you're traveling from out west and not used to that, but it's really beautiful. I think spring is when we kind of come into our own as a destination, and it just, wildflowers and blooms and all that along trails, lots of wildlife. So we have two state parks with 32 local parks. Almost all of those have trails of varying lengths. So
Mhm.
lots of the hiking is going to be just nice little trails following creeks or waterways or streams, with, bridges to cross over and wooded. And it's just a really nice way to sort of decompress and take a
Mhm.
breath. And if you're getting away for a relaxing vacation, to, not super active,
Sure.
as active as you want to be, but just decompress and sort of re-engage with yourself. It's a great place for that. There are cave tours, every day during
Yep.
the summer at Dunbar Cave State Park, so that's quite a unique experience with, some Native American art, 14th century art in the cave. But again, lots of wildlife, lots of African American history there too. So it's a great
Mhm.
educational place, but it's a really special place to just, to unwind a little bit. So the Greenway, we have bike paths. We do have two, mountain biking, one designated mountain biking park, and then one
Okay.
park, a city park that has hiking and mountain biking. So again, it's the hills and the jumps that make it fun, not the mountain. But very
No,
popular.
definitely.
Disc golf, regular golf. A new thing this year, it actually just got started at the end of last year, is stand up paddleboarding. And so,
Okay.
yeah, so you can do yoga, you can sit, you can stand, you can do anything you do on the ground. Pretty much, you can do it on a board in the water. So that goes down the Cumberland River, which is wide and and
Mhm.
relatively calm most of the time. So that's kind of a fun new thing to try. I won't, but I'll take pictures of anybody who would
Yeah, you
like
know
to.
what? I'm probably that same. I don't, you say you can do anything on that paddle. Probably can't even stand up on it. So the chances of me being able to do that it would be kind of hilarious. But
It's
I have been to Dunbar Cave, and I tell you what, that was one of my favorite places to visit when I was in Clarksville. I mean, it's just the history that is in that cave, and obviously the tour
Mhm,
guides are fantastic.
mhm, they
You
are.
go there and the grounds are amazing, and then just getting into that cave and you just come out of there educated, obviously, but
Mhm,
there's just a connection to the area when you're
right.
leaving there. It's really a neat place. Anybody who goes to Clarksville, Tennessee, you got to go there.
Got to
I
do
mean,
that.
you got to put that on your list.
Yeah, and you may recall, it's about 57 degrees year round. So if
Yep.
you're here in the hot, humid summer months, then it's quite refreshing to spend a couple hours in 57 degrees. You'll want to bring a jacket, but it's very nice, very nice.
Oh yeah. No, it was a perfect getaway to kind of go in there. So I know we've talked a little bit about movement. We talked a little about food. We talked a little bit about drinking. Before we were chatting a little bit about some of the wellness options that you have now on tap there at Clarksville. And it was a rather interesting story you were telling me. So how about you talk to us a little bit about the new wellness options that you have there in the city?
Yeah, there's a new place that opened called Sanctuary on Main, and they
Okay.
rescued a historic home, a beautiful historic home that was going to be condemned. And the owner had a yoga studio out across town, and so she bought this building, not realizing that it had been served as a hospital for, soldiers in even
Wow.
Revolutionary wartime. So it's got a lot of history, but she bought it, and when I say renovated, she really just pretty much stripped it. So it's the exposed, original bricks and beams inside, and there's a couple different yoga classes. I think one's called Warrior Yoga, so it's maybe for the more serious folks. And then the upstairs is fully open, and it's just like the regular yoga for
They're
regular
regular.
people. And and there's a coffee shop, and there's some plant-based foods, but there are just places. There's also a little gift shop, say gift shop, a retail space inside where local makers have jewelry and wearable art, just some really cute shirts and things like that are all happen to all be women-owned businesses. Sanctuary Maine is a woman-owned business, and but there are inside, outside, and upstairs. There are just some really cool, quiet spaces that you can just
Wow.
come and not be a customer and sit and bring your laptop or bring your phone or bring a book or bring a journal or just bring yourself, and you can sit on the porch, you can sit on the deck in this really nicely curated space. So yeah, lots of plants, so the oxygen level's good. It's
That's
a
good
really
stuff.
nice feel. Yeah.
It does sound like a great respite, a great place to kind of just get away.
Hmm.
Um, Man, so this has gone by so fast. We're already 10 minutes into this, but hearing all the great things that Clarksville has going on in there in Tennessee, and everything you have to offer, it gets me thinking about where we are this week when it comes to travel and tourism.
Hmm.
And you and I have been in the industry for a while now. We won't divulge the number of years, but we both talked about how we love what we do. And this week is actually the 40th anniversary of the National Travel and Tourism Week, which is a fantastic week. As we're winding up this podcast, tell me a little bit about what you guys did in Clarksville that was unique to this week to kind of commemorate National Travel and Tourism Week.
Okay, so we have a group media event coming up in June, and someone else on our team, not in the tourism office, has suggested that maybe we create a signature Clarksville cocktail and either serve that or at least print recipe cards for that and include them as our gift for media coming. So it was a pretty short window. So we, being the fun travel folks that we are, kind of took ownership of that. And we put it out for people to on social media to share their ideas. So we had some very interesting recipes and concoctions that were submitted, and we chose one based on voted our whole office based on ingredients alone, and we sent those that ingredient list out to several of our restaurants that have bars and let their bartenders just kind of take that and run with it. And then we went and taste tested and selected one. And so anybody can go purchase the Clarksville signature cocktail, and it's cute. Cucumber Crush, I believe is the name of it. It is a cucumber and watermelon combination. So we
Wow.
like that because it was summer and it was fun
Yeah.
and it's a very refreshing sort of spirit. So that's what we went with. So it'll be available in the winning restaurant with Strawberry Alley Ale Works, where you happen to
I
have
have been.
that burger out on
Yep.
the balcony. So that was the winning bar, and so their bartender did some really fun things with that. So in fact, they liked it so much, I think they're going to add it to their menu permanently. So
Oh,
Clarksville Cucumber Crush, I believe, is the title. Yeah.
man, I
So
think
yeah, and it coincided with this week, so we're rolling it out this week, and we'll have it ready for our visiting media in June, and um, learned a lot. We may do a few things differently next year, but it was fun. It was fun.
no, that's good. And again, it goes back to everything that we were talking about a little bit earlier when it comes to travel and tourism. When you're passionate about the destination you live in, not just work in, but live in, it's real easy to kind of come up with these great ideas. In Clarksville, Tennessee, you know, I never would have thought about, hey, let me go check out that place and area. But I tell you what, when I went, it has been one of my favorite places to visit. Um, and obviously over the years it's been fun to write about as you guys have had all your things going on. So to hear all the great things that are coming up, the great things that are happening now, and what's going to be happening in the summer, man, I'm excited for everybody who gets a chance to visit you guys. As we're wrapping up, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you guys or follow you on your website or such?
Yeah, website is visitclarksvilletn.com. We're on all the social channels, so you can find us
Mhm.
there under Visit Clarksville TN, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all kinds of fun things, all kinds of fun content and travel inspiration out there.
I
So
tell
please
you
follow
what,
along.
I tell you what, anybody who's on this right now or going to hear this later on, you need to follow them on social media. They are very active on their social media channels and makes you want to be out there so much more. So kudos to you and your team for doing such a fantastic job, Michelle. And I'm
Thank you.
excited and thankful for having you on this podcast today. And for everybody out there, really, if you're looking for a great place to go with the family or just to get away, Clarksville, Tennessee is that option for you. And until then, I want to thank everybody for listening. Thank everybody who's going to be on this later on, and particularly to you, Michelle. Thank you for taking the time to be on our podcast today.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. Have a great day.
You got it. Take care.